So let's see, what halts the creative process or what inspires the creative process? You know, it is life. I think at least it starts that way. You know, at least for writing the songs, you know, I usually write about things that I've experienced, you know, things that I felt or thought, and I don't really understand them until I get some distance from that, so some perspective. So I sort of have to experience something before I can write about it. And if you look at what we were saying, I was brought to the table for Who You Are, it's a lot different than it is for Burning Desire, and it's because I think I had a big shift in life as well, you know. And but we do have more material, you know. We had, like we were just saying, like almost a whole set worth of new stuff that hardly anyone's heard yet, which we will record at some point, you know.
What slows me down is I gotta go home and feed the dogs. I got a couple dogs, they need to eat, and then I got a job because I love buying cymbals. I collect them, and you know I need money for that. Yeah. Other than the huge amounts of cash I make from the band, but I need even more.
Dre pays you $5, right?
That's right.
I pay him $5.
That buys me.
It goes to your cymbals.
That gets me the earplugs actually that I need.
Earplugs.
But, so that slows me down.
You still haven't got
I
those.
never have those.
What?
We got to get you some earplugs.
Oh.
What are earplugs?
What?
Yeah. What are earplugs?
But you know, it's
Yeah.
But
I think you've been pretty prolific. I mean, like I was saying before, we produced a whole album a year. That's pretty good. Most bands don't do that anymore. So.
well, there was
They're playing stuff they've been playing 10 years ago, most bands. They're
Yeah.
not producing anymore, you know. So.
Well, that's it.
it's kind of hard. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't
No,
mean to
good.
but,
If you-
yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of hard to basically, you know, well, it's easy to shill out a bunch of songs within a week, and then you have like an umpteen amount of like, you know, material. But then again, you're right. The quality will definitely go down. What we like to do is like we just like to.
No, these
Yeah.
guys, they're overcomplicating it. It's because
Well-
of me. It's really because of me, because I'm kind of slow.
Well, no,
Well, no,
I'm
but so,
just
so,
using
so,
you
so,
as an
this is-
example. I just
no,
used you
no,
as
so,
an example.
so look, so every inch, right? Every inch was a song where,
Yeah.
hey,
Is that a pistachio?
you hungry? Bring this man some food. Hey, no, but listen. So seriously though, like with every inch, right? We had. I think every inch was the turning point. Every inch was like the song that took us from where we were, and like that was the turning point. And
No
I was so jazzed about that song. I was like, let's go in the studio, let's record it right away, let's make a video. And you know, we rushed it in a way because like now when we play it, it has grown to be like almost mammoth, and in the
totally
studio it's so constricted and so tight.
Yeah.
But because we rushed it, you know. And I think that if we would have spent some more time playing the song live, you know, you've said this often, you know, it's like if we would have let that song grow, you know, it would have been like every foot instead of every inch.
Everything looks better looking up from on the floor. I can't shake this feeling, I keep coming back for more.
You do well. You come to, you know, you bring us ideas all the time. You're prolific that way. Then there's the process of the introduction, the dynamics of it,
Right.
and then things that you pick up as you're playing with us. You'll hear something like, "No, I want this to be like that," or "Hey, this drum should it be, or should this symbol
Structuring
be
the
this
song.
symbol,
Yeah, yeah.
that symbol?" I mean, it gets real detailed down to what note you want in a certain place. So it does take time, but coming with the original ideas, it's awesome to be there when you throw it out at us.
Well,
Wow.
I think also that before I would always want everything finished ahead of time. Like in my head, I would know
What you
what's
want.
supposed to be there. But with the Burning Desire, it wasn't that way. We were playing Stay Lost before it was even called Stay Lost. We had started playing that song before it had words, which is a complete different, you know, way to approach things. You know, and maybe that's what's made it more accessible too, because it wasn't just so tied up in my tiny little brain. It kind of grew as a group, you know, and you guys were able to add, you know, all that
Absolutely.
flavor to it.
What's interesting is like how you just described all that. You know, I go back to certain albums that I've listened to over the years and have, and you look in the liner sheets. You know, when you open up the folder of the CD or cassette tape, and you got like it. And well, back in the day in the '90s, like you saw certain bands like Pearl Jam, this, that, and the other. They had their lyric sheets like printed
Yeah.
on the inside. And you just see how, like, you can see how they started. Everything, like, the top line is clear, and then somewhere halfway down the page, scratches, like marks, and crosses out words, this, that, and the other. That's how it is. It's just, you can't rush it. You can't just say, all right, I'm gonna write this, I'm gonna write this, I'm gonna write this, and do that, and basically there's the song.
But as far as
The process is interesting because, we'll be in the rehearsal, we record our rehearsals, we bring them back, listen to them. We think we got it right when we're listening to it here while we're playing it, but then you listen to it once we record it in the studio, quality, and go, wow, that bass drum shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Or that part, even in Stay
Exactly.
Lost,
Yeah,
the
we
whole
cut-
parts are taken out once, something's
we
wrong.
operated on that song.
Yeah.
So it's different, being behind it than when you're out front listening to it. It's so that's part of the process. Even after you've recorded it, you're still tweaking it. So.
Absolutely.
Some parts come easy, some parts not so much. When you're orchestrating and you're trying to make something that's lush. It's hard to be lush.